the first book is very much a business book, and the next one's going to be about sort of highlighting the social engineering and covert strategies that are used against us and what positive and negative impacts it has on our autonomy and free will.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Talk to me about privacy versus personalization. I've been experiencing it heavy with Google Now, and so I decided to kind of let Google Now into my life, and now it tracks like everywhere I go. I saw my like 30-day geography pattern the other day, and it was like all these lines around London, and I was like, wow. And then it starts to read my emails and then give me reminders. Like it read my email that I had an Addison Lee car booked, and then it was like, we put that in your calendar. I hope that's okay. And I was like, that's okay, but that's a little weird. So obviously there's this balance here. Where do you stand on that? Where shouldn't we go? You don't seem like you're a fan of Google Now. You don't do that. Do you encrypt your emails? Some of my guests do.
I encrypt not my emails. Well, it depends on, and this is, again, it's like how long is a piece of string? I think personally, there are certain things that I don't want to share and other things that I do. I think the key issue is realizing what services are sharing about you and what they're not sharing about you. So, for instance, with things like Uber being in the press about being part-owned by Google and then being able to sort of track where journalists are going and the relationship between privacy and personalization and free speech. The idea really, if you're starting to look at research and how any of this kind of information can be pieced together to get a deeper, richer, and more conscious understanding of you than you have of yourself, that's when we get into difficulty. And I think my issue primarily with privacy versus personalization is that we don't yet have the choice. We don't actually know what people are doing with our data. You can't retract your data once it's out there. And some of the pieces that have been coming out recently, there was a piece in the Telegraph that I spoke with them about from last year that was done at Cambridge University about how you can use your Facebook likes to extrapolate all sorts of information about yourself. So whether you're gay or straight, your levels of openness or extroversion, whether your parents are married or divorced, how likely you are to take recreational drugs, all of these things that you might not even tell your closest friends. What happens when that data gets given to a company or to the public domain, and suddenly you've got insurance companies saying, well, we've noticed that people who have these traits, who do drugs, who are high, in openness, whatever, have these kinds of negative life outcomes, therefore we're going to charge a premium.
Maybe they should charge a premium.
Maybe they should, but is that fair? Is that not fair? It's a debate that needs to be had.
Women drivers in the US have less premiums.